trees. 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 And more trees. Minecraft has a lot of trees to fit with a lot of biomes. But what if Minecraft had more of them? I mean, these trees are pretty generic. 3 of them have the same structure. And then the bigger jungle trees have a similar structure to the dark oak trees. The only ones that are really that different are spruce trees and acacia trees. And they really fit their biome. So, what if they had more trees? And before we get into it, these trees are designed so that they're fairly easy to chop down and mine, but they do also look a lot better and add variation to the biomes that currently exist in Minecraft. So, of course, the original oak wood. I think a lot of people are very sick of oak wood by now, unless you add in some sort of fancy stripped design. But we still need to make cool trees for oak because they're in so many biomes. So, obviously you have the sapling, but then instead of having it go straight from an oak sapling to a big tree and have it like really jittery in how it grows, it would be cool if you could have like multiple growing stages. So you'd have the sapling, and then you'd have like a sapling, but it's actually a tree. It would be really cool if you could have like a couple, like this block be like a couple pixels in, so take out the outer 2 pixels, and so it was a bit more skinny. But I'm working with the blocks that we have in Minecraft, because that does look a little bit wide for what it's supposed to be. But anyways, then it would grow from this into a young tree, or like a medium tree. And then you've got your really annoying to mine down, but you can somehow get it from a sapling straight into a big oak tree. I hate these things. Like, when you're trying to just get wood, no, you have to spend like 10 minutes trying to find the last oak wood because your leaves won't disintegrate. Ugh. Anyways, so this tree would have a small chance of turning into a large oak tree, or it would turn into a 2x2 oak tree, which would be like an aged tree. It would add a lot of variation to the biome, and it would just make it look a little bit more forest-like, rather than all the trees are young and small with a couple of, like, I don't know, tall, lanky ones. So dead trees are something that I find really cool in Minecraft. They have limited versions of them at the moment, which is sort of just like logs on the ground. But what if you could have like an aged tree fall over? This would be like the last growing stage once this tree had been like this for like, I don't know, 50 to 100 Minecraft days. And obviously there'd be a percentage of them growing spawned in when you generate a new world. So I think this would be really cool because it's like a really easy way to get the wood rather than having to go up and down. I forgot I was in creative. I'm so smart. But yeah, this would add a lot of depth to the biome. It just makes it seem a little bit more real and adds a bit more variation. And then we've got birch trees, which are very similar. You've got the sapling, and then you've got the sapling, but it's actually grown into a tree. Then you've got the normal one. And then you've obviously got the really tall ones that you find in the birch biomes, but the birch forest biome, sorry. But it would be really cool if you could get like some taller trees with different leaf patterns. Because this leaf pattern, I'm pretty sick of it. I've been playing Minecraft for a while and it hasn't changed. So it'd be really cool if you could have some some trees that have like branches rather than going up and then having branches that are sort of weirdly generated like these trees. It'd just come out from the main trunk at the top, and then the leaves would sort of fall over the edge and overhang. I think this looks really cool. This is what the trees look like where I live, kind of. It looks more like the stripped version. But, like, same difference. The stripped version looks terrible with those trees. Like, I don't know what they did. But, yeah, I think it would be really cool if you could have this sort of tree. And then also, like, another chance for it to turn into one of these trees, which has a bit more, like, obvious roots. And then sort of goes up into a large oak tree, but it's, like, less difficult to mine down. I don't know. I think these would add just a bit more variation. I think this tree would be more common than this one, but I don't know. That's just based on looks, but it just adds variation. And then you've obviously got your log trees, your, like, dead trees that spawn a little bit, but they're not very common, and I forgot I was in creative again. Okay, I love these logs. They've been a thing since, like, back when birch and oak forests were invented, like, just the normal forest with both woods. These are so good. I love them. I don't know why. They are the greatest thing. Anyways, they don't actually have the leaves around them, but I think that would be a nice touch, and also just make them more common. They're so cool. But also make sure that they do, like, go in line with the aging pattern, so it wouldn't just be a sapling going into this, because that would be very disappointing, especially if you only had, like, one sapling. Like, birch trees are fairly common, but what if you just had one, and that's what you get with no leaves? So I think it would either go after, like, this tree, the one that's currently in the game, and then this, or one of these. But I feel like these are, like, trees that, like, could stay there forever because they're old trees. My favorite wood, spruce. I love spruce wood, if you couldn't tell from the trapdoors. But yeah, I love spruce wood. Spruce is one of those trees that has so much variety already. Like, I swear they already have these. They're very rare, but, like, saplings can already spawn into, like, these sorts of trees. And then you've got, like, your normal one, which is the most common, I think. And then you've got these ones. They spawn really tall, and it's actually kind of annoying. But the tallness is nice because it fits with the biome. And then you've obviously got these. But these are only found in mega taigas with the podzol. And let's be real. Who wants to go to a place with podzol just to get these trees? Not me. Podzol is disgusting. But yeah, I think it would be really nice if a couple of these, like, maybe not this size, but, like, 2x2 trees could spawn in spruce, in taiga biomes. I think it would add a little bit more variation. I've said that about a million times already, but more variation, more fun, yay. And then fallen over trees. I think these would be really cool. It just adds that little bit more activity, like a tree has fallen over. It just adds a little bit more life. Dark oak, my second favorite wood. You can tell I like the dark woods, can't you? You can tell. Anyways, obviously it would be really cool, like all of the other ones, to have, like, a sapling version. But I think it would also be really cool to have, like, a 1x1, like a normal tree size. Not very common, but with the same sort of roof effect that this sort of leaf shape gives, because it is a roofed forest. So I don't know, similar to the spruce but a bit more flat. And then obviously the ones that you have now. And roofed forests are really interesting places because they have the oak and they have the birch and they also have the dark oak. But they also have mushrooms, and I think it would be really cool if like mushrooms and like miniature mushrooms like this, they wouldn't really look like this. It's sort of like it's a little weird, but like little mushrooms would spawn. I think that would be really cool. just to give it that little bit more overgrown sense rather than just having the big mushrooms. Like, there are mushrooms that are really little, and then mushrooms that are sort of little, and then obviously the big mushrooms, which are not there, but like, we're gonna pretend they are. But yeah, I think that'd be really cool, and it just adds that little bit more depth to the biome. Like, it's been here before and it wasn't generated 10 minutes ago. Jungle! That biome that nobody used to travel to because the wood was disgusting, but now the wood is actually kind of decent, and you have to go there to get bamboo. Ugh. But like, it actually has a purpose, so kudos to Mojang. But obviously the sapling, and then jungle biomes are really annoying when you're trying to clear them out because they have so much undergrowth. But then I'm gonna add another one. No, I'm kidding. They have that like little like shrub, which is really nice. I think they should add shrubs of some kind, not like massive ones like this, because that's a very jungle overgrown sort of feel. But like, I think they should add them to like every biome because it just adds that bit more thing rather than just having like the tiny little like half block grass block on the ground that doesn't really do much. But yeah, I think these would be cool. I don't know. We could just stick with these, but I think like have like half the probability that it has now of having one of those, and then like the other half be these because they're less annoying to cut down. But they still give that, like, undergrowth feel. And then, obviously, you've got your small jungle trees, and then your big ones, which actually come a lot taller. And then your massive jungle trees. I love these, because they're a 2x2 tree. They've got a different leaf structure, and they've got vines. What more could you want? And then, obviously, I think we should have, overgrown fallen down trees, because it just adds that little bit more undergrowth in the jungle that's not like super annoying to cut down. It gives it a bit of character, and you can climb on it with your ocelot. And finally, the wood that I definitely didn't forget about until I was about to record this. Okay, Acacia Wood is pretty great. It just slipped my mind that it existed. So yeah, I like these saplings. They look really nice, and that green, like, you can't get that. I say that, and there's lime wool, but like, you can't get that green anywhere else, like, on the saplings. Like, they're all kind of bright, similar greens. The jungle one is a bit muted, but they're all very similar, like, bright greens. This is very lime yellow, and it's nice. Anyways, I am not simping over a sapling. What are you talking about? I think we should have, like, I think in savannas, like, obviously they're supposed to be, like, deserted, dry biomes, but I do think that they deserve more, like, shrubs and undergrowth in place of trees, or, like, I don't know, it just needs something more than just a couple trees. It needs some sort of character. Obviously, it's not going to be as overgrown as a jungle, but it does need something to give it that much more life. So I think, like, little trees, like, really little ones, they'd be really nice. And then, obviously, the currant trees, which are really nice. I love them. The leaf shape, although it is, like, kind of like jungle, it's shorter. The trees just really suit the biome, and I love them. And then I just ended up making plants, but more shrubs. There's still like mini trees as well, but it's just really nice to have short trees in a place that's sort of like the savannah. I don't know. I think it would be cool. And then like little shrubs, not like jungle shrubs, but like little ones. But I think instead of having to place a dead bush on sand, you should be able to place it on coarse dirt. Can you actually do that? Can you do that? I'm stupid. But yeah, I think it would be really cool if like dead bushes were more common, even if they were like this, where it's not actually fully coarse dirt, but I don't know, I just think that would be cool because it is like a dead biome. It would add to the deadness, even though we are adding like greenery and more things. I think it would add to this is a savanna, not a jungle that looks kind of weird. And then of course, fallen over trees, logs, I love them. I think it would be really cool if they'd spawn with the dead bushes as well, and just in acacia biome, in savannas, sorry. I think that would be really cool. It would just add to dead trees, it's too dry. Like, that sort of vibe that savannas have going for them. That is it for today. I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your ideas are down below in the comments. And leave a like if you enjoyed. See ya!